Hey everybody, how you doing, Andrea?
Hey Drew, I'm good. How are you?
Good, very good, very good. So here we are today for Adobe Express with Andrea Batts-Latson, who, as you can see here, is an Adobe community expert and an Adobe Express ambassador, as is myself. So cool. So people are coming in. So let me remind everyone to welcome everybody. Let us know where you're watching from. And while people are coming in, what did you say you wanted to go over today? Just general stuff or certain themes? Or,
General stuff, just pretty much I want to make something in the end and animate it and all that fun stuff. That's my favorite feature is animating something that is going from digital to a multimedia project,
excellent.
So,
I love that
and
animate from audio feature too. Right?
oh, I do.
Or-
Yeah, I do. I use it all. So I think really just as much stuff as we can in this duration of time. We get an hour, right?
We got some
Or you
friends
like
in
it.
the, and we got some friends in the house. Levon is here watching from New York
Hey,
City. Tea
Levon.
and a donut.
Yeah, she's always got to eat. She's eating something always. I love it.
And,
Levon eats everywhere.
and then we got our friend John Williams in the house. What in the
Hey,
world of sports is
John.
going on here? Hi guys.
Hey, John.
So,
Hello. And happy to be here. Have some
yeah,
fun.
cool.
Awesome. Let me switch back. So I'm looking at the chat.
I will. We got lots to go over. So shall
Yeah.
we jump on in?
I think so. I think so.
There we are.
All
There's
right.
your Express.
All right. So here we are with our Express lesson about Express. Yeah, see.
That's right.
So I figure out how to put Express in everything now. Um, so I'll just go ahead and get started. This is the main screen of Express. Cool thing about it is everything is right here for you, right? So it's like, what do you want to do? You don't have to click anywhere. You just look on the screen and see, oh, let me do this. One of the things I like pointing out here is the suggested quick actions. This is amazing, and it really is click. Everything that you want to do, you do in a click. Want to caption your video, click it. Resize an image, click it. So if you just had something quick that you wanted to do inside of Express, you can. What me and Andrew love about this is this animate from audio, and it's just super easy to do. You click it, and then it takes you to your animate from audio screen, and then you can pick, somebody, like I'm gonna pick Judy. And then all you have to do is hit record. You can enhance your speech. So if you don't really like your voice or things like that, let's click on that and let's just see what happens. So I'm gonna click on record, and then it's gonna give us a countdown. And then pretty much whatever I say, like you're not gonna see it animate now, but it is gonna animate later. It listens to my voice and the tone, and then it actually creates an animation from it. And then if I needed to do something, I could pause it, or I could cancel, or I could hit done. I'm gonna hit done. And then so what it does is it goes and listens to the audio, and it actually creates animation just from your audio, which I find amazing.
Yeah,
Not
it's quite
many things
fun.
I don't, huh?
It's quite fun, right? It's so much fun.
It's so much fun. With my students every semester for the past 2 or 3 semesters, I have an animation talking to them, in the beginning screen where I'm explaining or I'm explaining like how to navigate our LMS, our learning management system, or even a small topic, that I do. And as you can see, if I hit play,
That's cool. Yeah.
right? So it's doing the head nods, even though I was head nodding, it wasn't paying attention to that. It does it based on your voice 100%. So this is so cool, and we can download, and then we can also open this in our editor if we want.
I just thought of a great idea for
Uh,
to advance this. If there's a way that you could upload like a profile photo of ourselves and then it creates an animation of that face, and then you can do animate from audio of like our own pro. Wouldn't that be great? So like behind you, the cartoon, the comic, yeah, exactly. That would be perfect if you could animate that, right? So I mean,
Oh yeah. And we have, but it's just not in here and not as easy. Yeah. But
soon enough,
yeah.
soon enough,
Huh?
soon enough,
Yeah.
maybe though, right?
It's been requested though. I will tell you that people have requested that they could put either their own animation that they create or animate from, their image. So that will be awesome. And John says, "Get out of here, get out of everybody's head." There are a lot of heads you're in. But yeah, no, yep, too awesome.
Cool.
And then so I clicked open in editor so that I can show you that it opens up inside of Express, and you'll see that it comes in and it's still the same, timeline. You notice the hair is moving. We didn't make any of those changes. It makes it itself, which is awesome. So you can create a whole scene based on, this little animation, and you still have the same options with it that you have any other time. Now it's still downloading, so that's why the remove background isn't here. But as soon as it's done, it's either downloading or it gave me a hazard for whatever reason. But you can actually remove the background and do all that fun stuff in that. You can speed it up if you want it faster, slow it down. It's pretty cool. What were you saying, Andrew?
No, I said cool. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you still can do a lot of coolness with it. And I'm going to keep that one here, but I'm going to create a new page. So just so that I'll have everything together on the same page, why not make a multi-page document? Yes, you can. You can do that in Express. So over here on the right, click on that plus to add, and then it's going to say, hey, what do you want to do? You want to duplicate that page, custom size, or do you want to do a blank page that's the same size? I'm going to say a blank page that's the same size. It's also asking me if I want to add a new scene, because I can. I'm going to do same size and go ahead and click that. And you'll see an arrow shows where I can go back and forth between the different pages. So the more pages I open, I can. Now, I created same size, so we're still seeing a timeline here, which is fine. What we're going to do is we're going to resize. So let's say we want to create something for social media, because a lot of times you come in here or you want to do something for like a poster or something like that. All you have to do up here in the upper right left corner, hit resize, and then you can tell it whatever size you want. So if you have a custom size, if you're doing a poster or something like that, you can tell it what you want. You can also, another thing that people were surprised when I taught this at a conference, that they thought that they had to stay in pixels. You don't. This little arrow right here, you can actually switch it to inches, centimeters, and millimeters. So you do have options for that. All right, so let's say we want to do an Instagram reel, which are my favorites. That's just, I just love it. I can click on Instagram reel, and we'll see that I have resize and duplicate resize. But if I knew that I wanted to do several things at once, like if I wanted to do Instagram reel, maybe also an Instagram story, maybe I want to do a Facebook post, and maybe a YouTube video. I was looking for one more. And an Instagram square post. Okay. So let's say I wanted to do all of these things. I can select multiple ones, and then I can just choose duplicate and resize, and it's going to do that. And then it'll bring us all of these options that we have, which is kind of cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what I want to do is, so I can choose which one I want to do first. I'm going to go ahead and choose that one. Everything is a click though. So if you ever find yourself in somewhere and something's not working, click it. One click don't work, double click it. You can really click. I call it express click. That's kind of, what it is. All right. So right here, you see add title. Up here, you see that the name came in from Animate from Audio, and that's because we had this one as we started off. But usually it'll say untitled, and all you do to change it is click. I told you, everything happens in a click. So I can say okay, yep. Multimedia project. course, I'd be more personal. You hit enter, it changes the name, and now you look professional versus sending a file that says untitled to somebody. All right, and then you can also name each page. So I can go up here and I can say this one is animate audio. Then I can go to the next one and I can name that one as well as soon as I figure out what it's going to be, because I never know. All right, so what we're going to do is in here, we can either search a template if we wanted to start off from a template, or we can start off from scratch. I'm going to start off from scratch, just, but we'll get to templates in a minute. And so what I want to do is, I don't know. I'm just going to make a mosh posh. I usually start off not knowing what I want to do, and I like that. So I'm going to click on this. And I got this video of this, it looks like water.
Yeah, like a water splash or something.
Yeah, and I like it. So I'm going to bring it up a little bit. I'm going to fill kind of the background. We'll see what's going to happen. Listen, you don't know what happens inside this mind, and I don't know either until we do. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the background, which is going to be interesting. We just see what happens, because I'm going to bring in, I like to layer on top of layer on top of layer. I love layers in this program, which is awesome. All right, so it's going through and it's figuring out all of the layers. But while it does that, I'll take this opportunity to, let me grab something else. That didn't come out like I wanted it to.
Yeah, it might be harder since it's a video, right?
No, some videos it does a great job with.
Right.
It might probably because this is not straight like black and white, so it's just having a hard time.
It's more abstract.
Yeah.
Pretty cool though, right? Cool movement.
Oh, beyond. So I'm gonna take and grab something like I know I love dance, so why not? Let's see what we got. Let's see if Elements Officer. Oh, look at that. He is breakdancing. Like, let me see. I don't know. I think I want them. Yeah, I'm gonna bring them in. Okay, so they're like dancing, doing their thing. And then, so I have layers, right? So you'll see that these are where the layers panels are. If this gets in the way, and a lot of people are like, all you got to do is close it and it goes away. If it goes away and you don't see it, no panic. Up here, you can just click it and it'll come back, which is awesome, right?
Nice.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I want to animate them in some way in here. So I'm going to go down to the bottom and look, just as easy as that, we can animate. See that animation? Click there. And then let's say you wanted to do something looping. Typically I don't, but let's just see. So we got the wiggle, we can have them yo-yo, we can have them spin. Listen, this is one of those cases of just because you can doesn't not mean you should, but you can, right? So we can pause them, we can make them blink, jitter, flicker. You want to go back to the 80s? From the 80s, those little websites, we just flicker and breathe, maybe. Maybe they're breathing or they're bobbing. Look at that. I think that's the one, guys. Andrew, I think that's the one. So that's a looping animation, which means it does it continuously, but I can say what I want to happen. Like, how does this happen? Like, so right now, if I look at this, we got this water explosion behind them and they're just bobbling. So what I want to do is, how does that happen? How do they enter the scene? And so I'm going to say they fade in, or I can say they drift in. I think I want them to drift. And I can change the duration. I can make it longer or shorter. I can also change the personality. Like, do I want them to be energized? Do I want them to be smooth? Do I want it to be strong? Do I want it to be loud? How do I want it? Do I want it to be soft? There it is. That's a much softer entrance. Even though they're dancing, though, I actually think I want to keep them energetic and they're dancing. And then I can change the direction if I want to change the direction of it. And also at the bottom, if you don't want the animations and you're like, all of these are horrible, you can remove the animation. I'm not though, because I like to challenge that. So now I got them coming in. And then if I wanted to complete this, do something a little fun, I can also set the out. And out, maybe I have them either drift out, So I'm going to say, here we go. Look at that. Boom. Look at that. Right across the, and then they drift out and they drift away, right? So all that super quick, right? And we got an animation happening, and I kind of like it. Now, what I don't like though is in the background when I also want something to happen with this background. And even though that's a background, I can animate that as well. So I'm gonna click on animation and I'm gonna say that I want this to fade in and I want this to fade out. Okay, so something's happening the entire time. So let's see. So I got this picture, and then they're gonna drift off. And so a thing I'm noticing that I don't like is the animation takes too long. I usually, when I'm doing animation for social media, I try to stay within 3 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds. And the reason is if you don't know about people's attention span, their attention span is about that 3 second to 5 second window. And if you're really trying to be social media savvy and your analytics and you want people to watch it, 3 seconds is about the time that between 3 to 5 seconds.
That's all we get, 3 seconds.
Yeah, so look at that. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Oh, what else?
Yeah. and this also helps your analytics because you get repeat watchers. That's the thing too, because it's like, oh, wait, what happened to that part? Oh, that's right. Okay, hold on, let me go back. You know what I mean? And so 3 seconds is a sweet spot, but I would say 3 to 5 seconds, no more than 5.
And Andrea, can you take a question?
Yes.
And someone on Facebook, you have to give permissions so I can see who you are. But under Facebook user, they asked, can you import your own images?
Yes, you can. So hang on. Let me go ahead and grab an image of that. Okay, so that's this one animated, and I can add so much more stuff to it, but I'm going to go to another one. All right, so let's say I want to bring in my own images. I've been, since we do Firefly 5 all the time, I'm Firefly Floor all the time. I have a lot of images that are saved up. So I do want to talk about this menu right here, and I can do that with the images itself. Over here is where your stuff is. That just means all of your information, your files and stuff like that. Over here are your templates, where we can either find templates that have been created by Adobe for us. Media is going to have your photos, your music, and your audio. So this is where you're going to go for that. Your text, of course, obvious, with the T. Elements is going to have your shapes and your, let me click on it because I forgot. Yeah, your shapes, your backgrounds, your assets, your icons, and things like that. Grids, and we'll talk about that in a bit, but grids are how you can set your layout. They're going to help you break down your layout. Like this is a grid of 3, 2 going horizontal. And then this is another grid, and this is 4 going vertical, things like that. So you'll have fun with that. All right, so if we want to bring in our photo, and add-ons, these are different additions like extensions that you can use to help enhance like your time here. Like there's a Dropbox add-on where you can go back and forth from Dropbox and things like that. It's pretty awesome.
Cool.
And then you guys already know about that premium, right? You have full access. All right, so I'm going to go up here to media, and I'm going to grab, so I'm making sure I'm at photos, and this upload from device, that's where you will upload a photo from your device. I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to go to, where are my stuff? My stuff's in downloads. I'm going to downloads because that's where my Firefly stuff is. And as you can see, Christmas and we were pretty tight. So I got a whole bunch of Christmas stuff. Let me see. Look at that. Yep. That's where the imagination goes, guys. But that's my own image. And I can just click on it and it's going to show up inside. So yeah, you can bring in your own image and it'll, it's y'all's fault though. I wasn't gonna do anything with Christmas, but you asked the question and all I have are Christmas images right now. So there we go. Santa's on space and he's an astronaut. And that's just what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do something with this, because because why not? Why can't he be in space? All right. So it is
flies
Christmas.
through the sky, right? He flies
right? Exactly. And you'll see the options we have are things like erase, remove background. But look at that generative fill. Now there's an area where we're gonna talk about the AI stuff in a moment. But while we're here, might as well show you this. Those of you who use Photoshop, I'm sure you already know about this generative fill and how fun it is. But with generative fill, it's also inside of here. So I can select, let's say I select, let me select the shorts, or Santa got on shorts, or his legs are real short. All right, so I'm going to go around his coat. I don't want to make it perfect and waste a whole bunch of time. So I'm telling myself, I am saying, Andrea, you don't have to make it perfect. I should have went for his beard, but anyway, that's okay. All right. So, okay. So I made a selection and I can say, what color for Santa? I mean, I can say
green
blue.
instead.
What color? What color?
Maybe green instead of red.
Yeah, green. Spacesuit. Now what happens? I don't know. We'll just see.
So
We'll
hit
see.
generate.
I let my imagination go and I hit that generate. And so, oh, that's different.
Just added kind of green elements, but didn't really.
It did. It added, yeah. Maybe it didn't. Let's see. Let's see. Green. But that's kind of cool because that wasn't there.
Yeah. It's nice glow to it.
Yeah. Green suit. Maybe I just say suit and see what happens. Should say green polka dot suit. Nope, it totally ignored it. Not quite sure. I mean, it's changing the outfit, but it's not understand. Now, I will say that this is based on the first version of the tool. So this isn't the second version of the tool, which we know is much better. So maybe he just wasn't understanding that.
Maybe try something with texture. Let's see, like, so more than the color, think of I don't know, something with texture.
All right, let's see. Let's say rocky or rock like texture. Or fur. Could have said fur. I should have did the beard though. Now that I think about it. But let's just see. Here it comes. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, it is giving texture though. Look at that.
I have to have a word with Adobe on this now.
Well, no, remember this is the older version though.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of expect interesting results from that version.
Yeah, so it's not version 2. It's the
this one's still from version 1. So this one isn't as smart as the other version, but I do have texture on my Santa, and and usually if you don't like it though, you give it a thumbs down. So if it didn't do
maybe make a generative fill selection on top of the pack behind him, and then put in like cat or dog, and see if it just puts a cute cat or dog or something, right?
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay,
yeah. On top of that backpack, yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so we're gonna put a dog hanging out of the backpack. It's gotta be a puppy.
That's right.
Let's see.
I would
I
imagine it's
think it just
better
had a
with.
hard time rendering that suit, huh?
I would imagine it's better with subjects than it is like. Oh,
Here
there
he
they are.
is.
Yeah,
Look at him. All right, I'm gonna go with him. And let's zoom in. That's
that's
so
fun.
cute. Maybe not so much.
There we go.
You
So
guys see the puppy?
he's in
You
top.
see
Yeah,
the
top right.
puppy?
Yeah, goes
He's even
well with
got a puppy pad.
it.
Yeah. But still, you can definitely tell the difference in 1.0 versus 2.
Sure.
Yeah, in the face and everything. But that's generative fill. That is available in here. Okay, so
Fun
back
stuff.
to let me go back and zoom out. I should use shortcut keys because I love them, but all right. So I can remove the background of this as well, just like I would in any other program or any other document. So then now I
Pretty
can
quick.
put
Yeah.
Santa. Yeah, I did a great job. And now I can put Santa somewhere else if I want. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in another photo. Actually, I'm going to choose a photo from Adobe
Adobe
Stock.
stock. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to say background, was I thinking? Galaxy. Ooh, look at that. I just love the way the Galaxy photos look. I do. And what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to actually attach this to the background. So I'm going to set it as page background.
That's complimentary, right?
Yeah, it looks good. Look at that. Look at that. And then, though, because I'm me,
Here we go.
I'm going. Oh, it's on. I'm going to say colorful. Oh yeah, it's happening. And I'm gonna grab. Ooh, I'm gonna grab this one. You know why? Because it wouldn't be me unless I grabbed that one. It just wouldn't. I can't. My soul would not rest. Let's see. I'm gonna grab this one. Oh yeah. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Now I got layers, right? So I'm gonna bring this down, and all I got to do is drag and drop. Everything is drag and drop. I'm gonna bring it down, and now you're like, oh, but what happened to that background that you just had? Well, I'm gonna solve that with a blend mode. Yep. So we only get 3 blend modes. We got normal, we got multiply, and we got screen. Just for the sake of going from bottom up, I'm gonna choose screen. And so you'll see the screen kind of brings in the light parts of that background. Now I'm gonna do multiply, and then multiply gives me that color, and that's what I want. I want it like just a little bit of color added, and I love that. But let me see. I always go back and forth between screen and multiply to see which one I like best. I think multiply is the one. But if I did like screen, I could actually tone it down this way, and then I could still use it. I think I'm gonna keep screen.
Blend the two.
Yeah. Yeah. Playing with the opacity and just bringing it down a little bit. I think I'm gonna keep that because it wouldn't be me unless it was. Yeah, we going with it. That's what's happening.
Nice.
All right, so then I'm going to add a. Did I do? Let me see. Yep, it's over there. Okay, I'm gonna add a video, and my first thing was I was gonna add a video to, like, a little square video to the backpack, but I think I might add a video up here. We'll just see. I like to put a mosh posh and stuff and see if it works. Let me see this one. That could work. Let's just see. All right, and then I'm going to remove the background of that video. I just clicked on remove background, and then we'll see. Like I said, I never know what happens. I just do stuff that my brain says do, and then craziness happens. I'm telling you. All right, and I want this to be behind Santa. Come on. You can do it. Let's go ahead and bring it behind him now. There we go. Then let's see. Let's just see. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't.
It just kind of
Huh?
a burst. It's like a burst of texture and color behind you.
Yes, a burst of sunshine is what I heard you say.
Texture and color.
Yeah.
Lots of color.
Yes.
Kind of cool, yeah.
Yes. Okay. And I need it larger. Oh, I need it. Let's see. Okay. And then I can still play with my modes, but it's behind it. So I know. I still need to play with my modes. So I'm gonna say, let's see what it looks like with multiply. Nope.
Yeah, it gets knocked
That's
out.
just because it's behind it, yeah. Screen though. Screen's not knocked out.
It's gonna light textures, yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Okay. So now let's see. There we go. Much better. Okay. All right. So now what I want is another puppy. Actually, I think I want a static one. But I like to layer videos. This is my favorite puppy, if you guys want to know. Look at that. Look at him, though. This is my favorite one right here.
John says, everyone stay 10 feet back. Artist at work.
John's an artist. There. Oops. There we go. Okay. So now, come on. Okay. I kind of wanted a puppy, like kind of looking up at Santa. So what I need to do is flip the puppy. So over here, I have it where I can flip it. So I'm going to flip him. Oh, did you see that? I know you saw that. Okay. And then I'm going to remove the background of said puppy. Because see how jolly Santa is? He needs a puppy. Like he needs to be looking at a puppy. And he's going to be thinking about grabbing that puppy and giving it to an awesome family. I'm telling you guys, y'all don't know. I know what he's thinking. All right, so now I play. Look at that. Look at that. Sweet. Oh, that looks crazy. That looks crazy. Oh my gosh. You see that video?
Psychedelic Santa.
Yes, but I know he's like, what is happening with that background? Okay, let's see. All right. Look at that.
Geraldine Darling says, I totally need to paint that picture on canvas. I love it.
You sure do. That is, yes. She is a crafter. We have that. She's part of, we have an awesome craft family, and she's a crafter, and she does just amazing.
You got some wild textures going on in the background. Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, that is wild. Okay. Sorry, I got excited about that. All right. So what I'm going to do with the puppy, though, he doesn't really fit the scene, and I need to make him fit. So I'm going to go here to my adjustments. Well, I can play with adjustments. Let me see. Before I get to adjustments, let me go to effects real quick. And I want to see if I can tone him down just a bit. That was too much. And I can actually grab the background. So if I don't find a color, if I don't find a combination that I like, then what I would do is I'll go here to custom. You play with grayscale, but I'll go to custom and I'll grab the colors. So I'm going to grab the colors from the background. So the shadows and highlights are what we can play with. I'm going to darken. Make sure your shadows are darker or you'll get some craziness and you don't want it. You don't want that. You don't want it. All right, so I'm going to go by Santa's boot and see if that's dark enough. I think that's dark enough. And for highlights, I'm going to click on that eyedropper and then try to find a highlight that will work. That's too gray.
Yeah.
Olive. Let me see. Let me see. Maybe a highlight over here. He's still bright, but definitely much better than he was. Oh, look at his frame. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to that. His frame is, let's see. Look, he turned right as it was. That not perfect? I didn't even plan that. He turned right as that craziness was happening. Okay, so I like that. So I like where we're going here. All right, let's grab.
He turned and looked at us and said, "What's going on?"
Huh?
He turned and looked at us and said, "What's going on here?"
He did. He was like, "Who's gonna save me? I'm coming, buddy. I'm coming. I'm coming." So I'm gonna click on elements just to see if we have any elements that we can use. Because maybe we'll put some text up, and to put text up, we need a splash or something. Let's see. Maybe. Yeah, I know. Everybody who knows me knows when I saw that pink, I was gonna choose it, and I said, "Nope, I'm not gonna choose pink. I'm gonna be good." All right. So now this green does not match it at all. But here's what I love to do. Anytime I have a color and it's an element, notice the color isn't showing. So I don't have the option to change the color. Or do I? That is the question. So I do have that option. I can go to effects and I can do the same thing that I did earlier. I can either switch different colors to see if I can find a color that kind of works. That red actually kind of works with Santa. But then for some that might be too much red. That's okay for today. We're gonna work through it. It's a little therapy. You guys will be able to, you'll be okay with the red. All right, so we're gonna add some text. So I'm gonna say I can either add text from these pre-made text like signs and labels, and these are really, really good. And all you got to do to make it happen, right, is click. And then the text shows up, and then you can make whatever changes to the text that you want. So if I like this, I can actually use this and make this work for me. So it says new post. It is what's called, it's grouped. And if you look in the layers, you can see it's grouped because you see a 4 or you see a number by it. And that means that it's nested. So kind of like isolation mode in Illustrator. So I can click inside that, and now I've stepped into the group. Notice my layers have changed, and I'm inside of this group right here. So now I can choose individually to make changes. So if I wanted to say Santa's
Adventure.
Well, I was gonna, afterlife, like after Christmas. But all right, yeah, Santa's after. No, I like Santa's
Holiday. Santa's vacation, maybe.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Santa's vacation. Okay. So Santa's on vacation. So I can modify this. Well, I can change the color of it if I want. I just have options, and I really like having options. See, that was the color change. That's not the color I would change it to. But what's cool about this, it gives me recommended colors. So I can, if I don't like that one, maybe I can pick another one and see if I like that one, or what have you. I don't, but I can. And I like being able to.
Yeah, the eyedropper is nice where you can click anywhere around the image to pick up the color.
It is. It is. It is I'm telling you, if that were to go away, I would probably just cry. I don't even know. I love the eyedropper. It's one of my favorite features to be able to just grab it and change the color. I like that a lot. Santa visiting Easter Island. Yes. Yeah. I should have did a rabbit. Geraldine, where were you earlier? Man, that was such a good idea because it is Easter. Okay, and if I see something I don't like, I can delete it. So the stars, they're not working for me. I can delete it. And this isn't working either because we already have it behind, this red. So, all right. So the next thing I want to do is anytime you see blue, that means something is there. So if you're like, why didn't that change from black? That's because something else is here. So this shadow, I'm going to change that color and maybe go with a darker blue. There we go. Santa's vacation. I don't like that color. That's not going to work for me. Let me see. maybe. See, I would like it if it wasn't against the red. Okay. I can spend a whole bunch of time. I'm not. All right. So we're just going to pretend that I'm happy with this. I'm not because it's red. I'm not. I'm just not. But we're going to pretend I am. All right. So now we have our Santa's Vacation. Now, if we look in here, here's the deal. This no longer really needs to be in a group because I've gotten rid of every group element, but it's still in a group. You see that? It is still a group. So what I want to do is I don't want it to be sitting in a group for no reason, right? So I can ungroup it. And on our keyboard, what is it? What's our shortcut key? Command G. And then Command Shift G is to ungroup. Let me see.
I just did a right click.
And you were able to ungroup it from right clicking? Hang on.
Well, I think you already ungrouped it though, didn't you, by deleting the elements?
Yeah, but it's still, see, if you look over here, it's still grouped. You see that?
Yeah.
There it is. So I'm gonna have to click ungroup over here.
Ungroup over there. Yeah.
But there is a shortcut key, which I think is Command, or I'm on a Mac. It's Control G on a PC and Command G on a Mac. All right, so I got it ungrouped, and so now all is good because I didn't want to have to go in isolation mode every time I wanted to click this when I don't need to, All right, so if I wanted that text, that's one way that I could do it. If not, I can also use like regular text. Like you don't have to use that, or you can use AI recommended text up here. So like Santa's Vacation, if I wanted something like that, and look, it keeps going. I can do Santa's Vacation. I think I like that better anyway. Or I can just click and stuff happens. Santa's Vacation, which looks more Santa-y. Santa's Vacation. Nah.
Maybe that one top right.
Top right here.
That one or the one to the right of that. See. Yes. See.
That's funky.
Yeah.
Get funky. Look at that. Okay.
Is there a brush script one? I don't know.
Yeah, so if I go to the regular fonts, there are. So down here, if you don't like any of those, you still can choose a regular font if you want. Oh. That's one I just had, I think. Yeah. Let's see. Let's try that one. Okay. I made a decision that if I was going to choose it, and if I liked it, we're going to keep it. If not, too bad. All right. So I got this. And now what I don't like is I feel like that's too much space in between Santa's and Vacation.
Right.
So I can go over here and choose go play with my leading. Hold on. It's not called leading here. I can play with my text spacing. And I can play with the line and I can move that up closer. I can also play with the letter spacing, which is also called kerning in other programs and typography. But I can play with the letter spacing and space that out just a little bit. Now, one thing I'm noticing that I just remember I didn't go over is so in the shadow, I also have options of custom. So I can customize the shadow. So let's do that. Click on that, and then let's play with the distance. I'm going to bring that in some so that it's not so obnoxious. I can also play with the angle. -134 is fine, but I just want you to know that we can move it around. I'm going to go back to negative. All right, and I can blur it, which is kind of cool, right? So you can blur it out. See that? That's a serious blur so that it's not so stark. Here we go. Look at that. That looks much better, I think. All right, so that is playing with the text. We also have AI with text, which we'll go into a second when we go into AI. All right, so we added elements, we added background, okay, and then you also have shapes and icons. People ask what's the difference in shapes. Shapes are just pretty much geometric shapes. Your basic ones, you got a few like smiles. And then the icons are going to give you more of the detailed shapes like basketballs, bees, and stuff like that. All right. So if you're ever looking for something or if you were into Express before, and you're looking for things and not seeing it under shapes, that's because it has moved to icons. So we do get that question quite a bit. If anybody of the moderators are here, they know, they'll tell you, yeah, we get it quite a bit. All right, so the next thing I want to go over is, let's go back real quick. Let me grab another one. I'm just switching pages. Let's do templates. So templates, for those who feel like you're not as savvy with design, or you don't feel like you're good at it, or you don't have, you know, color, stuff like that, or you're not trained, you can choose a template. And there are so many. You can choose a template. So whatever you're thinking of, you can just type it in, and it'll happen. So Andrew, give me something to type for a template. What type of template?
Let's see. We're still kind of in winter, but maybe spring, just for the sake of color, right? Spring.
Let's do spring. Yep. So here's, oh, nice. Look at that. So here's some templates for spring. So if you're tasked with making a flyer or something for spring, you could come in here and choose one of these templates. I think I like that one. You see one you like?
Yeah, and the blue one too is nice with that. Yeah, as a background, right?
Let's do that one.
Spring is sprung.
Yes.
Spring fever.
I like it. Oh, I like both of them. Yeah. And when you click on it, it's going to ask you, do you want to add this as a page to your document that you're already in? Or do you want to start a new file, which means it'll be a completely new file? We're going to stay in. Yeah, that is nice. I like that feature. We're going to stay inside of this one. So let's click stay inside of page. And as you can see, it creates another page. And now we can make whatever changes we want to make. So we have this image. If we wanted to make changes to it, maybe tone it down, do a spring dual tone, we could. We don't want to, but I'm just showing you that we could. So if we wanted to maybe make it a set of reds or a set of oranges or something like that, like that's nice.
Yeah,
yellows.
complementary with the blue, right? With the
Yeah, so we could do that, which comes in really, really nice. We can also, if we wanted to change this background, we can go up here to background color, and we can like make it darker if you wanted to, make it another shade of blue if you wanted to kind of bring that out a bit, or you could go back to the original theme, or you can go to like one of the greens, you know, and it's giving us these page themes complementary to our page. Look at that pink. That's a nice one. Yeah, I know I was going to be excited about that. That peach that's there. Let's see which one. I guess blue, because I was liking the green. Blue. You like blue?
Yeah, you can read the text too if you keep it white.
Oh, I was going to change the text. Yeah. I just want to see which one we like better. But all right, we'll stick with blue. And then, so for the text, this, I find it to be nice, but if you wanted to change it to something different, you can. Again, you can use AI to help you with that. Let's see. Find like a really nice, that's not it. Or again, if you don't like any of these, you can also find your own font. Maybe there's something that I've caught spring fever. Let's see. Maybe cursive.
Yeah, I like some of those cursive brush type of scripts.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I said I was gonna stick with whatever. Okay. So, you know, maybe you like that. And then maybe with this one, maybe you wanted to bring in something like some type of cloud
elements. Yeah.
Oh, what were you saying?
I was saying some other elements, right? So,
yeah. Like maybe clouds. I was thinking maybe a sun, you know. If you want to keep with
sure, yeah. Sun for sure for spring. Yeah.
Oh, yes. And then the thing is, don't be afraid also to try like this little happy cloud and sun. Don't be afraid to try, like if you don't see what you're looking for in here, I will go back into media and go to photos and then like look for clouds and see what type of clouds I see. And some might be too realistic, but you can tone that down. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So like if we wanted to, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I love clouds, by the way. Like that's my passion. Let me see. Like I love being in an airplane, and I don't like airplanes, but I like it because of the clouds.
Yeah, it's weird. I get a little claustrophobic flying, but yet, it's so beautiful at the same time, right?
It is. Oh my gosh, it is just such a gorgeous thing. And this might not work for this, but it might, So I'm going to what I'm not is afraid to try something out and then be like, oh, okay, well that didn't work. So let's just get rid of that. But I would definitely try it out. Let's see. But here's some clouds. Let me see if I can make it work. I'm gonna go to effects and I'm gonna play with intense. Let me see. There we go. Let me see. Let's see how I can make that work. Here's a challenge. I always like one. All right, so let me see. Let's play with the blend modes. Let me just see. Not bad. Tone it down a little bit. Bad. Hang on. And then I'm going to go back into that because I think I want to customize it. I do. And then I want to make this shadow this color blue. And then the highlights. All right. It's time to play, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. The highlights I want. Let's see. I was just trying to see how far it would let me go.
It's pretty subdued, right?
Yeah, and that's what I'm going for, more of a subdued look. But let's see, because it's still taking the color from that background. Let me see. Screen, yeah, it's taking the color from that background. All right, so
and maybe a sun in the top right or something, right?
Yes, and then the other thing with this too is notice how when I'm clicking on it, it's getting away. You can lock it. So when you highlight it or select it, you'll see that lock up in that corner. You can lock it. So now it's locked, and I should not be able to move it around. But I'm also going to move it to the bottom. But look at that. I tried to move it, and it said, nope, you just locked me. So I got to unlock it. I'm going to move it to the bottom, and then I'm going to lock it again. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to grab the sun.
It's a fiery sun, huh?
It is. Oh, look. That looks kid-like.
Yeah, it's fun.
Let's see. That looks like a cool painting that either Geraldine or
Would you remove the background? That could be nice, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Look at that. It removed it a little too much, but let's see if we can. That's okay. I can also go back in. So if something happened and it was too much, you can actually go back in and modify it. Let me see. Then I can restore it. I can do a quick selection. I'm going to bring my brush down, huh?
Yeah, just paint those three or four sections. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Look like you had it.
It caught some of that white. Then I would have to, there we go. There we go.
And then top, middle. Yep.
Perfect.
Right.
Okay. So now I can click on done, and it brought my sun. Look at that. So I'm gonna go up here. Maybe want it like right there. Look at that. I've caught the spring fever, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna bring that up. And then there's a little bit more I want to do with this type. I'm actually gonna add I'm gonna try and look and see if there's a shadow that I like over it, because it's too, I'm gonna change the color of the shadow. It's just too there we go. There we go. Just to bring it out a little bit, because it was just too in the background. And then it was too lost, guys. It was lost, and I want it lost. I'm going to go to outline, and I'm going to outline in that same blue that I saw. Isn't that cool that I'm using the box? Y'all notice that? I'm using the actual bounding box to get that blue.
That's interesting that you can even choose that, right?
Yeah. I actually just found that out. I was like, where's that blue coming from? I was like, oh, okay. Well, all right. Hey, I'm not mad at it. Then you can change the thickness if you want. You can make it almost an outline.
Spring fever.
Spring fever. You know, I almost want that to be orange because of spring fever. Then if you don't see a color, you can actually make your own color.
Yeah, that fits more. Yeah.
That was a lie. That was too bright. Hang on. Let me see. Let's soften that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's good. Yeah. Spring fever.
I caught that spring fever. Almost a neon look, doesn't it? Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, I like that better.
Complementary. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's almost a neon look. I was trying to see if there was a bold. There is. Okay, sweet. So it's almost a neon look with it. But we got caught spring fever. And now I want some rain, right? Because rain. Okay, so let's give it some rain.
Showers.
Yeah. It's stormy outside. That picture radiates warmth. Yes. Yes. Let's see. You know what would be so cute? Look at that, though. Like the puddles, the feet in the puddles. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna use it, but I had to put it in there. All right, let's see. All right, so let's go this. And actually, I think, well, I wouldn't want it under the flowers. I think like right there. And then let's do multiply. Let's get rid of that white. Okay, and then let's dial it back just a little bit. We're taking some opacity from it. And I wish this was a video, because all right, let me see.
Stomping in the puddle, right?
Yes. Oh my goodness. I hope it don't take the puddles away.
Yeah,
But that's okay. I know how to bring it back. I know how to bring it back. All right. Maybe that goes with spring fever. You guys are seeing this is how my workflow is, guys. Listen, what happens inside my head stays inside my head. All right, so I'm gonna say, what is it called? There we go. Let's do. What do I want? I love the water splashes. This one. I'm gonna try this one. Okay. Let's go multiply. Get rid of white. And then if we change the opacity a little bit. Okay, maybe this one I'll put behind. And then I gotta put one over. Okay. So I get the water splash. And then one more that goes over his feet. It could be a little girl. I don't know. It's just cute. How about that? All right, let's see. One for over the feet. Some of the water splashing. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see, guys. I get just as excited because I don't know what's gonna happen, but this is my normal. Oops, this is my normal flow. Oh my god, let's do that.
Yeah, that balances, right?
Yeah. I just want a splash. Okay, and then the blue is too stark, so we're gonna play with. Let's see. Nope. I want the jeans actually to. X. I don't want it to be to take over. I just want it to be an element. All right, so I'm gonna customize this. I'm probably gonna go for the yellow that's in. Oops, not what I meant to do. I'm gonna click here and go for the yellows in the flower, so they were a little bit more. And then I'm gonna try to go for the blue that's in the background. Oh, shadow. Tell me the rule that I just broke.
Right. Too light.
Yes, the shadow cannot be lighter or as light as
the highlight.
Yeah.
Or the background.
Yes. And I was in violation. Yes, Your Honor, I was in violation. Oh, I would play with it a lot more than I have time for here. Let me see. Bring that to the front. I've caught spring fever. And then we could animate this, right? Because we can animate anything, which is the awesomeness of Express. But I'm going to take the time to do AI because we haven't done anything AI yet. So let me go back. But that's our poster. I'd probably add something else over here. Maybe not. We will let you off. Oh, thanks, officer. I get okay. You see that?
Officer Williams.
Thank you. I appreciate the warning. I do. And typically, though, I'm so silly that I would actually add I'd go in generative fill and add a little boy, the face or whatever. Or I would go into my I shouldn't say silly. I'm so what is it? Curious. I don't know. Boy. That I would find the top half of his body, and just have fun with it. Like if I saw, he's so cute. Oh my gosh. Like, don't he look like he be wearing those boots? Look at him. Look at him. So spring fever would be like the cutoff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I would do all sorts of, just listen, you just never know what I'm gonna do, is all I'm saying.
Oh, it goes well with it with the blue shirt and the yellow skateboard, right? So.
Yes. Let's see. Spring fever has to be up top. And then I can bring him down some. I want spring fever to cut. There we go. To be the cut of it. You know what I mean? So I could have something like that.
Fun.
It'd just be fun. And that'd be like his little belt. Y'all see that? That's his belt. And then I would play with the line spacing, and then I would bring that down so that that's that part, and almost a mesh of the two photos. I love it. I do. I love it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go and play with AI because I want you guys to see AI and how I play with that as well.
We've already done an hour already, so we're doing great. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Are we doing great?
Yeah.
Awesome. I also want to show you guys how to, real quick, because at a conference I was at this weekend, they had no idea, and this blew their mind. So if you ever want to go back to the home screen, I saw a lady struggling, and I was like, oh, no, all you do is hit. So if you ever want to go back to your home screen to see anything, click on the A, and that's going to always take you back. And then if you're scared and you're like, oh my gosh, now how do I get back to that? Down here shows your most recent project that you were working on. So you can just click there and it'll take you back, right back into your project. So no worries. All right, so let me go back to, all right, I'm gonna go back and we'll start here. Okay, so to bring in like our, let me go to media. To bring in, like if we wanted to bring in like prompts or use a prompt to create an image, right here where it says text to image, click on that. And then I love that. Look, Andrew, that's what we were asking for.
So that you choose before you make it. Huh?
Yes, sweet. Okay, before that's not what happened. Before you would click it and it would just show up and you didn't have any control over that. So this is awesome. And what we're talking about is we have control now over what size our image is before we even bring it in, which I love. Okay, so I'm going to choose portrait. And then this pops up, and that's what used to pop up instantly. So now what we can say is we can say a little boy playing in the rain. And that's the cool thing about this is it's going to create an image based on the prompts that I give it, right? So I said a little boy playing in the rain, which most people know that's very mild for me because I go in, but I'm just going to start off mild. So a little boy playing in the rain. What type do we want it to be? Do we want it to be art? Do we want it to be a photo, a graphic, or none? I'm going to say, let's do a photo. I never do photos, so let's do photo. And then you have styles. You have a few styles you can use. You can use movement. Like what type of movement was it? Was it, cyberpunk, steampunk, what have you? You can play with different themes. Is it cartoon style? You can play with techniques and things like that. So I'm gonna go with materials yarn. I can make the little boy out of yarn. I can make them out of fabric, which you get some very interesting, especially in the first version. I'm gonna say psychedelic just for the colors. No, I'm gonna say cyberpunk just for the colors. All right, I'm gonna say that I'm happy with that, and I'm gonna generate. So what it's gonna do is go through. It's gonna look at my prompt, read it, and AI is going to give us a result. So right now, here's the first result. Oh, he's so cute. Look at that, and see that cyberpunk style coming in.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, those colors. Yeah.
Yes, that is beautiful. Actually, I think that's my favorite. I lied. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that.
Sweet.
Oh my goodness. Okay, look. I don't know. I gotta figure out how to keep all four in this one because we download and save in the other one. I don't see that option. You see that?
It's part of because it's part of Express, so it's part of
Yeah. And I want these two. Okay. I think. Which one? Somebody help me. Hey, where'd it go? Look, I can't click on that anymore. You see that?
Click again.
I'm clicking.
Strange.
Yeah.
Looks like that's the winner then.
I guess now I gotta do this one. I can't get him. Look at that.
Yeah, it's
Like
acting
my hands up. My hands up in the air. It's glitching. It's glitching.
There's a ghost in the machine, as they say.
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna choose this one. This is gonna be our buddy. My buddy. Okay. Look at him though. He's cute. Looking down at the rain. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that is the text to image. And you can still do everything with it. You can set it as page background. So I just set it as page background. You can play with the effects, the animation, you can animate it, all that fun stuff, which is cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some text. And for the text, I'm gonna say rain. That's all. So down here at the bottom, you'll see text effects. Click on that, and I'm just going to. Now this hasn't changed because we still have to pick one of these, which is none that we want. Unfortunately, we can't have everything. All right. So
once you choose it, you can then change.
Yeah. But I'm saying that was still a credit. So I'm gonna say rain, and then because that's all I want inside of the text. And then let's see, I'm gonna choose a different font because Cooper is not it. Acumen. It's become one of my favorites actually lately, or popular. Acumen. Oops.
Good bold font, right?
Yeah, I like Acumen. And now what I'm deciding is, do I want it tight? Which means, oh, that's right, I can't do that yet. Which means, do I want it to conform to the outline of the text perfectly, or do I want some loose rain to come on the outside of the text? Or do I want it to be wild on the outside of the text, like very loose rain? So I think I'm going to say medium for now. I'm going to keep it at realistic, but I do have options of neon, neon, embellished, all that fun stuff, because it's fun. But I'm going to go ahead and generate, and we'll see what happens.
Now, remember, one thing that you did that I always do too is in the top left, I always think that when you type in, say, rain, you're also changing the text, but that's more what you want it to look like. So you have to go back to the text and then, change the word
and
rain.
then change the word. Yeah. Oops.
It's like you said in the beginning, you have to get used to clicking. So once you click.
Yes, it is a click, 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 click-a-thon. You do. And then this is the rain that it's giving me. If I don't like it, I can pick another one. I think this is the one I'm going to go with. All right. And then, so once I pick one, disco ball is actually one of my favorites. But once I pick this, I also have those options that I have with the text. If I don't like any, I can choose remove effect, which funny is what I do a lot of times. But I still have the options with type. So what I can do now is I can put an outline around this. If I want to put like yellow or something like that, I can. I have that option to do that. I can. Let's like move. There we go. Nope, it's staying at FFF. Okay, so something's going on with my computer right now, or the internet, but that's okay. I will figure out.
Letting you know that you've shown a lot. So
it is. I tell you. So there's a great
weekend.
It's like, Andrea. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. All right, so I got to generate again. I'm gonna keep it at yellow. All right. So I got this rain for the young man. And then I can also put a shadow on it or shape if I want to. And again, I can animate it. So if I click on this, go in, I can have it like drift in, or I can have it drop from the top. That drop was serious. You see that? I'm actually going to drift. And I have it drift from the top. Yeah, that was, So now I've added some animation.
Cool.
I can. What was the other one? Am I missing an AI? I did them all, right?
Yeah, all the animations.
Interfield, this. Okay. Yeah, so
Okay.
that's
You want to
okay.
hit play and see how it
Let's
does.
see.
That's nice. Yeah.
And then another thing I'll do too, like if I want something to happen with him, let me go ahead and detach background just for a second. I'm going to duplicate this image. Okay. And then I'm going to grab this one again, and I'm going to set it as the background. But now I got this other little guy. And I'm going to remove the background from this image. And this is what I'll do a lot of times if I want to animate the background and still keep him. And I'm just going to try my best to resize him back to where he was. And I'll do one of two things. I'll either resize him back to the size that he was, or I'll make him bigger, you know? Yeah. But let's see. It's when his face matches. Let me see.
Yeah.
Are we good here?
Pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we are. No, but look, it's got double shoe. This is so hard. It's a hard knock life, guys. All right, we're gonna pretend we're okay with this double shoe. Although I'm not good at pretending like that, so that's not true. Let's see. Okay, I got an idea. Okay, so all right, so I'm just gonna keep it like that. So we have let me see. I have an idea. We'll see if it works. He was so close to the colors that I don't know if it's gonna work. But anyway, but I have timeline animation, and that's what I'm about to do. So I have an animation. I'm gonna say in for this one. Maybe he comes in. No, I'm gonna have him drift in. There we go. Okay. And what I wanted to do was just have him drift into place, but in any event, I can still show you the technique. So I'm gonna have him drift in. Maybe that'll work. Let me see. Rain. Okay. Maybe. Let me play it. Okay, maybe. Let me put rain on top. Play again. Okay. Let's have him go down like here. Oh no. Okay, let's try. Rain. Okay, so for the effect, we'll still be able to see the effect. I probably should, let me flip him and have him come in from the other side. Okay, let me see. Yeah, but we should definitely change his drift order. There we go. All right. So let's say we make that smaller. Let's say this is the effect that we wanted, right? So we got one. Okay. But let's say we wanted the rain to come in first, and then we wanted the young man to come in. Well, right now, when we edit our timeline, we don't have an option of manipulating the timeline. And that's really just because over here where it says edit timeline, click on that. And then once you click that, you're like, oh, but I still don't have the option. Down here at the bottom where it says show layer timing, it is very important that that is selected. Click on that. And now you'll have the option to animate these objects individually. So now I can say, okay, well, I want it to start and I don't want rain to be there. So I can put, well, first off, I'm going to change this to 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
Yes. I want people to watch it. All right. So now with rain, I'm going to say, okay, I want them to see this image without the word rain. So I'm going to go ahead and change rain to come in like maybe 2.3 seconds. And then now with this young man, I want him to come in for a short period of time. So I'm going to move him to 1.8 seconds, but I'm also at the end gonna move it to where he goes out. Now it's gonna look weird and we're gonna fix it, but let's just say, so here we go. Here we go. He just came in and he was out, right? It's too weird, too weird. So what we can do now is, now that I know that, okay, this, so now what I can do is I can click on animation. I can say, okay, so the out for this, we're gonna have it fade out. There we go. And then I can say how long, duration of 1 second, that's fine. And then for this one, I'm gonna say, okay, I wanted to drift in, but I wanted to drift in for, maybe I'll keep the same duration. Let me make it a little bit longer. I didn't realize the duration was 2.5 seconds. Okay, maybe I'll go ahead and keep it to the end. All right, so duration 2.5 seconds. Do I want it to be energetic or do I want it to be slower? So I can say, okay, well, let me, or, you know, faster at the end, faster at the beginning. So there's a soft one. That's a little bit softer. Well, the other thing I can do is on the out, so that it's not so stark, I can have it fade, but I want it to fade over a longer duration of time. So maybe I'll have it fade over 1.48. And then, so now I'll play it again. He's still coming in too fast, but you get the point. Let me go ahead and shorten the duration of his drift in. Maybe, let's see. He is still fast. There we go. And let's see what happens.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So, but that's how you play with the timeline and how you can actually play with the extended and get more bang for your buck. All right. So once you've done that, then if you need to download it, you would just hit on this download button and it would download either as a, it would download by default as an MP4. But you do have other options if you want a PDF or a JPEG or PNG, if you just want the still file. So you have those options as well. You can also schedule this to post to your social medias, which is awesome. The scheduling that. You can also share it out to, you know, for me, I'm a teacher, so I share stuff out with my students and things like that. So you can share it out if you want to. And I don't know why mine is not clicking at the moment, but you know, it's had its day. It's tired. So you can share it out. And that pretty much is what I wanted to show you guys today.
Awesome.
My process, which is, you know, I have a crazy process.
Great stuff. Great stuff. So yes, fantastic tour through all the wonderful Adobe Express options and features. So yes, so first is, let me remind everyone that you can find Adobe Express at new.express.adobe.com. I guess you can also get there at express.adobe.com, but I'm so used to adding the new now. So, and then you can follow Andrea on Instagram at instagram.com/happy97, correct?
Yep. JPPIE.
And then we got Andrea on YouTube, youtube.com/c/happy teach to you for fun. And on LinkedIn, linkedin.com/in/HAPPIE97, happy 97. So yeah, a lot of great stuff. So follow Andrea online.
Yeah.
And then yeah, what I was going to say is, please subscribe for more Adobe Focus live streams and tutorials on my YouTube, youtube.com/digitalartdrew. That's youtube.com/digitalartdrew. And that is also where I will be having the recording of this wonderful event. And also consider following me on Facebook at facebook.com/andrew.kavanagh. Thank you. We got some comments here. So let's see. John says, yay.
Yay.
Thank you so much. Geraldine says, thank you so much for your presentation.
Thanks, Geraldine.
I need to tend to my roasted turkey and carrot chips. You guys are the best. Have a great and magical weekend. Same to you. Thank you, Facebook user. Thank you. Very interesting process. And Levon says, thank you for the entertainment.
She's so awful. Thank you for your entertainment.
So yes, thanks everybody. And as I said, the top of the groups, I will post the recording, and you can subscribe to my Digital Art Drew YouTube channel to watch various other live events I've done with Andrea. So check it out. And thank you so much, Andrea. It was great. Right?
Thank you.
A lot of fun. All right. Thanks, everybody.